name is Chaplain Gale J. Yandell with the IFOC. If there is one comment that I consistently get about chaplaincy, it's regarding ministry of presence. Many people are not exactly sure what ministry of presence means, so I wanted to take a moment and just talk to you about that today. First, I want to read some scripture from Job, the 2nd chapter, verses 11 through 13. When Job's 3 friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, Zophar, heard about all the troubles that had come upon him meaning Job, they set out from their homes and met together by agreement to go and sympathize with him and comfort him. And when they saw him from a distance, they could hardly recognize him. They began to weep aloud, and they tore their robes and sprinkled dust on their head. Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights. No one said a word to him because they saw how great his suffering was. I think those last 2 sentences bear repeating. Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and 7 nights. No one said a word to him because they saw how great his suffering was. Now, we all know that Job's friends ended up having a lot to say, but in the moment, they were silent. That's the ministry of presence. It's just that, a presence. So what on earth does that mean? Well, the dictionary defines presence as a person or a place that exists or a group of people in a certain place. In other words, it's where and when people show up. So if we are to be a ministry of presence, what is it exactly that our presence is supposed to do? Well, just as we can feel, sense, and know the presence of the Father, that's what we bring. We bring the presence of peace, as in the Prince of Peace. We bring the fragrance of Christ. As I like to say, we suit up, show up, and shut up. Sometimes there's simply nothing to say to take away someone's pain. If we read further in Scripture, we see that Job's friends didn't start causing problems until they opened their mouths. But I digress. They recognized that they couldn't fix him or the situation. In other words, they recognized and knew it was not about them. Let's look at that for just a minute. How many times has someone brought a problem or an issue to me and I wanted to fix it for them? I really wanted them to not suffer. I really wanted them to not have to hurt. Well, okay, maybe what I really wanted was to be the hero. I've often said that chaplaincy is a double-edged sword. We're taught how to be the hands and feet of the Father, yet at the same time, it's not our job to fix people. I've observed that chaplaincy has the potential to attract rescuers, fixers, and helpers. The statement is certainly true for me, and many of you have shared it's true for you as well. And that's just not our job, to rescue or fix people. There are times when I believe a ministry of presence is about knowing when to speak and when to be silent. Always asking God, is this a time for words or a time for me to be quiet? Jeremiah 1:9 says, God will put his words in my mouth. So I've learned how to be silent until he puts his words in my mouth. Okay, now I didn't say that was an easy thing for me to do. Like most of us, I am most definitely a work in progress. But today, more than ever, we need connection. We need people. We need presence. So with all of that said, there's no need to feel inadequate. No need to feel like you don't know what to say or what to do. But instead, ask God to fill your mouth with his word. Then, suit up, show up, and wait on God.